Soldiers of Fortune. Richard Burton, alias Ruffian Dick. One of the most dashing and romantic adventurers ever to cut a bloody swath through the pages of history was Richard Burton, a veritable daredevil of danger who laughed at death and fought for fame and love, a man whose magnificent and heroic exploits made him a true soldier of fortune. Richard Burton was born in England on March 19, 1821, and even as a schoolboy showed the physical strength and skill, the love of combat, that were to serve him in good stead. There, got you. Hey, I quit. You're too rough. Burton has the makings of a great swordsman. Young Richard later showed that he also had the makings of a great adventurer, when he visited Italy and made his friends lower him right into the fiery crater of Mount Vesuvius, just for the thrill of it. We'd better haul him up. He might get the notion of taking a swim in the lava below. By the time he was 21, the fire of adventure burned bright in Richard's heart. He persuaded his father, a lieutenant colonel, to get him an officer's commission in the British Army, in that mysterious land of wonder, India. There, the adventurous youth wandered frequently through the Hindu bazaars, dressed in native garb. Quickly, he absorbed the languages and secrets of Mother India. Richard soon learned that native secrets were taboo. There were frequent fist and knife fights against would-be assassins, and his almost daily battles soon earned him an appropriate nickname. There goes Ruffian Dick again, and that's the third brawl he's been in today. After 10 years of adventuring in India, Richard spent a well-earned furlough at the beaches of Boulogne, where he met Isabel Arundel, the girl who was to spur him on to even greater adventures. Great Scott! That's the loveliest girl I've ever seen. I've got to attract her attention some way. I love you. When can I see you again? Oh! Captivated by the handsome Richard's boldness, Isabel fell madly in love with him. But although she accepted the young adventurer's proposal of marriage, "Ours is an illustrious family, and you are penniless, unknown. Only when you've made a name for yourself will I let you marry Isabel. There's only one kind of reputation I want, that of a soldier of fortune, and the quickest way to become famous is to do the one thing no Englishman has ever yet done. Visit the forbidden city of Mecca and observe the sacred Muslim ceremonies at the black stone of the Kaaba. My name will go down in history if I can do that and live." "But you'll be risking your life." Staining his face brown with walnut juice, Richard set sail from England in April of 1853, and at Cairo, there disembarked a Muslim by the name of Mirza Abdullah al-Bushiri, alias Ruffian Dick. So perfect was his disguise, so well had he versed himself in the Arabic language and religion, that he was able to perform the ceremony of religious rites night and morning without being detected. Joining a caravan of Arab pilgrims headed for the holy city of Mecca, Richard began the long trek through the burning deserts of Arabia. He was unnoticed, ignored as merely another pious Muslim, until one day, just beyond El Hamra. "To arms! The Bedouins are attacking!" In the ensuing fierce battle, the Bedouins soon found out that Mirza Abdullah al-Bushiri wielded a mighty sword. "Let us flee! We cannot fight against such a swordsman!" "Mirza Abdullah has saved us. May Allah smile upon him all the days of his life." Then Mecca, the holy city of Islam, and the sacred black stone of the Kaaba, holiest relic of Mohammedanism, I've done it. I'm the first outsider ever to participate in the rites of the Kaaba. It would mean my head if they ever found out I'm an Englishman. But, having once tasted the thrill of entering a forbidden city, Richard had an overpowering desire to explore the most forbidden city of all, the golden city of Harar in Somaliland, which no white man had ever seen before. The Somalis are the fiercest tribesmen in Africa. You'll never get to Harar alive. You make it sound fascinating to a soldier of fortune. In the company of 3 Arab adventurers, and himself described as a Haji Muslim merchant, Richard began his safari, plunging ever deeper into the wilds of unexplored Somaliland. Adventure wasn't long in coming. Somalis, shoot them! No, we'd only incur the enmity of the whole Somali nation if I can only terrify them without killing any of them. Spotting a flight of vultures ahead, Richard imperturbably fired at them instead of at the Somalis. Ah! He who can bring the vultures down from the skies must be a god. But there were still other dangers to be faced on the long trek, for Somaliland was notorious lion country. Again and again, the adventurer was called upon to use his cool head and accurate eye to save his neck. Word of his prowess spread like wildfire through the native villages. Many of the local chiefs tried to marry their daughters off to the mighty warrior. You marry daughter, or you die. Guess again, old chap. So long, chief. Hope you have more success with the next man you pick for a son-in-law. And then, the mysterious city of Harar, untrod by the foot of civilized man. Sorry, old chap, but I'll need your uniform to get beyond the walls of Harar. Once inside the exotic city, the disguised adventurer had a problem. How to meet the Grand Emir of Harar, most feared ruler of all Africa. Finally, a cobra, and that gives me an idea. When the Grand Emir passed on his daily rounds of the city's defenses, Richard posted himself nearby and stealthily tipped over the basket containing the venomous cobra. Cobra! That serpent might have struck at me if not for that guard's bravery. I hereby appoint you as captain of the guards. My thanks, almighty Emir. The soldier of fortune left Harar before his deception was discovered, and returned to Berbera to prepare for another expedition into the heart of darkest Africa, this time with the aid of 2 British Army men. But at 2 a.m. on April 17th, 1855, shots! Richard, wake up! I'm up. Sounds like a bit of jolly fun outside. Let's join in. By George! A Somali raid! Seems to be over 350 of the blighters. Just about the right odds for 3 Englishmen. We're dropping them like flies, but they still keep coming on. We'd better separate and make a run for it. Richard slashed his way through the ranks of Somalis and had almost made good his escape when... Without hesitating, Ruffian Dick tore loose the spear and delivered a death blow. But when Richard returned to England, certain that the news of his famed African exploits would enable him to claim the girl he loved, You've achieved a certain reputation as a fighter and adventurer, but that isn't what I want my son-in-law to be. If you could only become famous as a reputable explorer, someone who's recognized by the Royal Geographical Society. If I don't, it won't be for lack of trying." Richard immediately made his plans and laid them before the Royal Geographical Society. "I'm the only man who knows enough about Africa's interior to verify native rumors about a huge body of water in the Ujiji area. If there is such a great lake, I'll find it." "From what we've heard about your exploits, sir, we're sure you will. We'll give you financial backing and appoint you as the leader of an expedition." The expedition disembarked at Zanzibar on December 19th, 1856, and then there began a long, tortuous trek through the jungles and across deserts, continually beset by native tribes who feared the Englishmen were slave traders. Even the Arab slave traders themselves thought the expedition had come to encroach on their own territory, and the explorer's small band had to fight off constant raids from all sides. But finally, on February 13th, 1857, Richard Burton enjoyed the greatest day of his life as he became the first white man to look down upon the great lake of Ujiji, later to be known as Tanganyika. The soldier of fortune returned to England, where his magnificent achievement earned him worldwide honors and recognition, and also the girl of his dreams.